This is Level Up Success Podcast with Neth and Truth.
All these laws that I'm about to give you, you could Google it. I want you guys to Google it. In fact, the viewers out there, I want you to Google this while we're going through it together. All right. The truth here, he's gonna post a screenshot, which you should see somewhere around here, exactly what we're gonna be going through. All right. So the first thing we're gonna go through, the first law, and this is gonna be the FCRA, right? This is gonna be under the FCRA. Google 15 USC 1681.
So you say that one more time. FCRA.
No. Yeah. So it's gonna be 15.
Okay, so 15.
Yeah, just 15. USC 1681.
Yeah.
Yes,
I see it.
Yes,
Came out.
yeah.
What do you guys see? Congressional findings?
Congressional findings and statement of purpose.
Okay. So I want Big Nate Dogg over here to tell me to read what it says under that law.
I got something. I'm a little off. Wait.
I have consents orally or in writing to the nature and scope of the communication before the collection of any information for the purpose of making.
I'm sorry, say that again?
That's the one I got.
Say it again, please.
You want me to repeat that?
Yeah.
I'll repeat
Yes.
it.
I actually do.
Now I clicked into it and I can't find it. Okay, so I have consumer report. Wait. Where was I?
I'll go all the way up.
No. Wait. Hold on. I got you.
What does the first line say on that? And it's going to be from Cornell University, I'm pretty sure.
Consents orally.
Consent earlier, right? And
Consents orally or in writing to the nature and scope of the communication before the collection of any information.
But hold on. But these credit reporting agencies are writing your information, but did they contacted you and say, hey, we're going to put this? Did they get your permission?
No,
No, it doesn't say. So do you have it pulled up?
I do, but I'm not reading the same thing that she is. But I do have it. Let me see. Because it say notes and U.S. code. The banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting.
Whoa. Say it again. Fair and what?
Fair and accurate credit reporting.
Fair and accurate reporting, right? When you see these credit reports or these consumer reports, are they accurate?
No.
So it makes it obsolete.
Yes.
So it makes it obsolete, right? So it shouldn't be there, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so keep on reading because we're gonna get to some juicy part in that in a minute. What's next?
I guess inaccurate credit report directly impair the efficiency of the banking system, and unfair credit reporting method undermine the public confidence, which is essential to the continued functioning of the banking system.
Okay,
Should I read this part too? The second part?
read the third part. Let's get to the third part.
What consumer reporting agency have assumed a vital role in assimilating.
Whoa. Hold on. Whoa. Stop. Consumer reporting agencies what?
Report have an assumed vital.
Hold on. Have assumed.
Yeah.
Have assumed. Who told these guys to assume that they could do what they're doing? That's an assumption that they're doing.
What do they base that on, though? Like how do they just make that assumptions themselves? Like what is their premise?
They took it upon themselves to do this. Nobody, no agency, no act of Congress says, hey, from here on forward, we need you to report these things. These are private companies. They assumed to make this into their own credit reporting. As you can see, does it say Credit Reporting Bureau? Does it say that? No, it says
doesn't.
Credit Reporting Agency. It says nothing about bureaus. The Credit Bureau does not exist. This is why I keep on telling you guys that it does not exist. The Bureau of Credit Reporting does not exist. There's a made up, the model obviously is not made up, but they assumed the role to report these things. Why? Because they work in conjunction with the banks, with the financial institutions. You see? Okay. So they have an obligation, guys, an obligation to report fair and accurate information. Correct?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Let's talk about fair. Let's talk about fair and accurate, right? What happened with Wells Fargo a couple of years ago, a while back, not a couple of years ago. Pull it up.
Yeah,
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo. Yeah.
Wasn't they taking like withholding people's money?
Oh,
They
we're
were
gonna-
opening up accounts without
Yeah.
people knowing.
Bring it.
They were opening
Keep
up
on.
people's accounts with people knowing. So you would, because the what was happening was basically if you the teller or you're a banking person or whatever the case may be, I opens up an account with you and then you were getting a kickback from Wells Fargo for opening up another account that I didn't even know about. Now I start getting charged all these extra
gonna get
savings
there.
that I didn't even know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. When you get a chance, Google CFPB sues Wells Fargo for $3.7 billion. B with a B, my man.
Be with the Beamer.
CFBP sues
Wait,
Wells Fargo.
CFPP
BP.
or BP? Sue Wells Fargo. Yeah.
PB, sorry. CFPB.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh, PB. Yeah.
Yeah, PB. Sorry.
Yeah.
Haven't had lunch yet.
Oh,
Can't
so
wait.
Wells Fargo had to pay $3.7 billion
Why?
for widespread mismanagement of
Ooh.
auto loans.
No.
Mortgage.
That's a lie.
And deposit account.
Man.
Yep.
So they got sued. How much did they have to pay back to clients?
$3 billion.
To clients.
Oh,
Legal activity affecting over 60 million accounts.
They had to pay back to consumers $2 billion.
yes, right here.
They
$2
were
billion.
fined.
Okay, yeah.
They were fined 1.7 in violations.
Yep.
Yeah, I see
In
that.
violations. Who got that 1.7? I know I didn't. But the customers, they got $2 billion off of that. Why? Because they got sued. Why? Because you have people like me that actually got the bag for clients of Wells Fargo. So now, once I see that, I'm calling all my Wells Fargo clients like, yo, did you get affected? Yo, did you get affected? And then once they come to me, believe it or not, they are required to get the bag because of that. There was a lawsuit, a major lawsuit, and everybody won that lawsuit. Now, these companies are still
business.
are still in business. How, Sway? How are they still in business? I want to see you steal $2,000 and not end up locked up. These people over here stole 3.7.
That's crazy.
They had to pay back 3.7. And you know what? I went a little off on that. You know, my apologies. But let's play with the real numbers. When you pay something late, how much you get charged?
Like $35.
Absolutely. You get $35. And then what comes on top of that? High interest. Interest goes up when you make a late payment. Right? It happens to all of, not to all of us, but people who pay late payments. Interest rate is going to go up. You're going to get a $35 fine. And then you're going to get shunned by having a low credit score that's going to affect all your credits. Now, how does that look like? So how many actual clients got affected by Wells Fargo?
About 16 million. Millions.
16 million, yeah, 16
affected.
million.
16 million. Okay, hold on. 16 million. 16 million. And let's give everybody a late charge of $35. Right? 16 million times 35. Well, how much is it? Very
lot
good.
of money.
$560 million. That's $500 million every single month.
Wow.
In 2 months, $1 billion with a B. $1 billion they made off of people that were not educated. All right?
That's crazy.
Education is not lack of information. I mean, what was I going to say?
Lack of information, no?
You need the information. Ignorance is not lack of education or knowledge. Ignorance is not wanting to learn the education or the knowledge. So these people, unfortunately, they didn't know. So now you have Wells Fargo making $1 billion every single month, and they've been doing this. $1 billion every 2 months, right? So that comes out to what? How much a year?
A lot of money.
What is that? Six billion? Yeah. $6 billion a year. How much did they get fined again? 3.7. How long have they been doing this?
Damn,
Years.
So they just gave out chump change of what they shit.
And nobody did time.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And nobody
yeah.
did time. How important? You know what? Let's go to the next law. And you guys are gonna love this one. You ready to Google the next one?
I'm ready to Google.
I Google
Guys,
it right now.
viewers, you guys ready?
Google it too.
Let's all participate, guys. Yeah.
Class participation,
Class
guys.
participation.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be like, what in
Class
the
with
God's
Alex
name?
Sparks.
15 USC 6801.
Got it.
Okay.
What is the title of that code?
It says, well, I got
Protection
here.
of non-public personal
Information, yes.
Non-public information. Your information is not public. Your gender is not public. Your date of birth is not public. Your name is not public. If you decide to put your name on social media, that is your decision. That's why it's public, because you decided.
Yeah.
These guys don't decide for you. These private companies should not put out your information like that. All right. So let's talk about what. Okay. So it said of non-public information, but what is the first word?
Protection.
Protection.
Yeah.
Is your information being protected? If you're putting it out like that, you're not protecting Jack S. All right. So can you please read me what it says right there under that section?
All right. So, privacy obligation policy. Oh, sorry. It is the policy of the Congress that each financial institute has an affirmative and continuing obligation to respect the privacy of its customers, and to protect the security and confidentiality of those customers' non-public
Personal
personal
information.
information.
Yes.
Did you guys see what you guys just read right there? Isn't that powerful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Financial institutions, what are those?
At the bank, the credits, and
This goes on.
yeah, anyone with loans.
All these
It's a
lenders,
credit bureau, but they don't exist.
Yeah.
this law was made for the protection of the consumer. It's for your protection, right? So it needs to be protected, right? Okay, let's talk about protection. Was there any informational breach or leaks done in the past couple of years?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to include, right, you have banks where information was leaked, was breached. You got Capital One. You got First America Financial Corp, which used to be my mortgage. I switched over. Guys, JP Morgan.
Yep.
JP Morgan had a breach.
Yeah.
If not the number one bank in the entire world, not US, JP Morgan. And they had a breach. Is that protection? No. So if you had a late payment, or if you had a collections, or if you have a loan that went into foreclosure or repossession, guys, take it off just like that. And these are bank institutions, financial institutions, right? You also had, oh, you guys are gonna love this one, Experian.
Okay. Yeah.
Experian had a breach.
Wow.
Equifax had a breach. So you're gonna tell me that the people that are reporting my information illegally now has a breach? Bro, how are you doing this to me? You know what I'm saying? So this is, you got Home Depot, which, who really cares about Home Depot? I'm pretty sure nobody cares if I bought a hammer last week. However, I do care about if Equifax got the breach. If JP Morgan, because I bank with Chase,
Yeah.
right? How like, we're talking about emails, we're talking about addresses, names, phone numbers, social securities, right? Even your gender
Can I say something
gets
real
reported.
quick?
Yeah.
Guys, listen up. All these challenges that they're doing on social media, do not participate. When they ask you questions like, everybody, let's post a picture of the high school we went to. Don't say the high school name. What was your first pet's name and what would show a picture? I promise you that they are not asking you these things because they want to see a picture of you and your dog. They want to see what you're going to post because that name of your dog or your cat is probably what you put as a password. That name of your daughter or your son is probably what you put as a password. Oh, what year were you born? Everybody shout out 19 whatever. Oh, okay, that's probably what you put as your password.
Yeah, man. This TikTok
Right?
thing, man. It's yeah.
Let me give you guys one more sauce. All right. Let me give you guys one more law over here. So put 15 USC 6802.
6802. Obligations with respect to disclosures of personal. Let's see. Yeah, personal information.
It's that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you read that for me, please?
You want me to? Oh.
So, notice requirements. Except as except as otherwise provided in this subchapter, a financial institution may not directly or through any affiliate disclose to a non-affiliated third party any non-public personal information unless such financial institution provides or has provided to the consumer a notice that complies with Section 6803 of this title. All right. Do I continue?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So, in general, a financial institution may not disclose non-public personal information to a non-affiliated third party unless such financial institution clearly and conspicuously, help me out with that. I said it right? Conspicuously?
Right.
Discloses to the consumer in writing or in electronic form or other form permitted by the regulations prescribed under Section 6804 of this title, that such information may be disclosed to such third party. The consumer is given the opportunity before the time that such information is initially disclosed to direct that such information not to be disclosed to such third party, and the consumer is given an explanation of how the consumer can exercise that non-disclosure option.
Okay, so the last part is very important. If, for example, let's say you have a late payment or you have a collections with Chase, right? First and foremost, Chase is not an affiliate with the credit reporting agencies. There's no affiliation there. There's no business being conducted. Well, in the eyes of the consumer, on the low ski there is, but there is no affiliation between them, right?
Yeah.
Now, if there is one, let's say if you were sent to collections and then you have ABC or you got Midland, that is, the collection company that is going after you.
Yep.
Yeah, there's an affiliation there,
Yeah.
but there's not one with the credit reporting agencies, so it shouldn't be getting disclosed. More so, that last line you read, they're supposed to be showing you if there's any form of communication and how to combat that if you wanted to. But there is none. They're supposed to tell you, believe it or not, in 3 ways, in certain cases, in 15 ways, whether it's in writing, email, fucking carrier pigeon, to let you know that this is
Signal.
going on. Signal anything. But there isn't.
Ultimately, the question that I would have is in your perspective, right? Like, why are they not helping us?
Does it benefit them? To help
Yeah.
you? It does
what I was
not
gonna
benefit
say,
the
yeah.
banks.
Everything's a business.
The Illuminati. No, I'm playing.
But yeah,
It doesn't. It just keep this in mind. The more you suppress certain groups, the more difficult the come up is for them. That's why we need people coming up with their financial literacy podcasts like yours. This is why it's important for you guys to be teaching this and spreading the word, because this is exactly what we need. This could be this could be somebody's stepping stone right now. This could be somebody's oh shit moment that they're like, oh wow, if I could get at least one person that gets one gem out of this podcast, whether it's from me, whether it's from Yovi, whether it's from you guys, we did our part.
yeah.
We just need to get our information out there for the public.
Yeah, but yeah, no, and it is crazy because we always in general, if you really think about it, people know there's the stigma going on. You could feel it. I know that there's something off with the system. You know what I mean? I could see that
Because you've been
everything
exposed.
is you know what I mean?
Exposed.
But we're living in an age right now where we are able to expose. The question is, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Now you know the knowledge. What are you gonna do stepping forward? Are you just gonna be nonchalant, okay, I got the knowledge, or are you actually going to do something about it? You know what I mean? So that's the question that you guys have to ask yourself. You know what I mean? So
And not for
yeah.
nothing, to your point, look, you have the knowledge. They get the knowledge now, right? And most people are probably sitting there. I'm not going to sit there and freaking write a letter each time. That's when you call Alex. You know what I mean? Have a professional do it for you. Get it out the way.
Exactly. And that's another thing.
Do something about it.
Yeah, get your resources right, and don't be afraid to reach, because us Latinos, man, like we have a real issue like reaching out, whether it's through mentorship
Pride.
or getting, you know, like that pride thing. You gotta put that to the side, my guy. Like, you know, if especially if you're struggling, you know what I mean. So, and girls, but you know, like, man, you did give us some crazy knowledge. Is there more in there, man, that you gotta?
Like, what if you got more?
I can't give it all. Didn't I deliver on my promise?
Yeah.
Your mind right now must be exploded right now with, oh my God, this is, you know, like this is opening up the metrics. And this is just the tip, guys. This is the tip of an iceberg, because once you go into consumer law, that's why I want all the public out there to go into FCRA, to go into CFBP, to go to all these, you know, government-based laws, because this is the law. That's why when people try to, you know, fact check me, they see that it's right there, because these are facts. This is the law. This is not something that, you know, I got from somebody that, you know, is making up his own thing. No, this is real stuff, right? And anybody that's watching this podcast right now, they can make 1 and 1 equal 2. You have the car girl, you have the credit guy. Fix your credit. This is what I would do if I was watching the podcast. I'm not telling you guys to do it, but this is what I will pick up from this podcast. Fix your credit. Oh shit, I have pretty good score. Okay, let me see if I could boost it, if I could increase it, you know, my credit score. Cool. I help you out with that, because I do have credit boosters. Credit score goes up, profile goes, you know, looking perfect. And then they go up to Yovi and says, hey, I want to buy these 3 cars to put it on Turo. You could lease a car. Lease these 3 cars, get the bag, give the cars back, buy your own cars, and then continue on, rinse and repeat. Or with mortgages, you could do it with mortgages as well. But everything needs to start first with the mindset.
Yeah.
And then take action.
Let me ask you this: do you follow or believe in or have you heard of Robert Kiyosaki?
Absolutely.
Might heard of him. I actually have a funny story about him.
Okay.
If you guys wanna hear it.
All right. No, you could share. But let me ask you. I just want to ask you this question, and then I guess you could go chime into the story or answer the question. But he, you know, his philosophy is debt is money. Like, in your opinion, how truth is there into what he's saying?
Okay, so with that, it depends what type of debt you're talking about. It depends because debt works as a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. It could protect you, or it could kill you. So these 2 things you gotta be very, very careful, because right now with the properties that I have, you know, I'm about, I want to say 3.2 million in debt. For the average person right now, he's saying, "Oh my God, that dude is about to jump from the building." But no, this is debt that is in real estate, and those real estates are providing me a positive cash flow of 5 figures every single month.
And it's gonna appreciate.
My second to last purchase was, I bought a duplex in Paterson, New Jersey, $240,000. You guys could well, you can't Google it, but you're gonna see that the value of that property, and I could show you at any time, has literally doubled in 5 years. Doubled. Okay. So now went from 240,000 to 500,000. So like you said, you get appreciation, you get renters in there, and now I know we're segueing to something else, but you know, your tenants are buying down the mortgage, you're making a nice little cash flow, you get tax write-offs, because I know Yovi, you know, she opened up her LLC, so she knows about tax write-offs when it comes to business funding and business taxes and all that. So you have your good debt and you got your bad debt.
Yeah.
Like she mentioned before about the Victoria's Secret $300 debt.
That's
That's a bad debt.
Is it bad debt though?
Well,
Victoria's Secret,
right?
Victoria's Secret.
You know, but no, it's also one of those things where, you know, from my end, right? So on my perspective, if I'm going to go to lend you money to buy a car or to lease a car, I want to see a trade line or a credit line that says that you have $40,000, that somebody already lend you $40,000 or $100,000, or if you have a mortgage of $300,000, if somebody already lends you that and you're paying them perfectly on time, me as another lender is going to say, you know what? This person is trustworthy. We're going to lend them money. But if you take $10,000 out, right, and you never paid and you paid them sloppy, you paid them whatever you want, why would I, as a lender, want to lend you another $50,000 for a car?
Yeah.
Right? You got to look at it that way, because what consumers need to understand is, if you borrowed $20 from Truth and you never gave Truth $20 back, right? And now you go to borrow $40 from Alex. Guess who Alex is going to ask? Alex is going to ask Truth if you ever got those 20 back. And if he says no, Alex is definitely going to say no.
Exactly.
Same thing with loans, right?
Yep.
And it goes round and round.
100%.
It goes round and round.
Some very important information, which is also a myth, is credit score important? I put this on my YouTube, which is posted here.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that question. It's good you brought it up.
So it's called Excellent Finances, my YouTube. So on one of my previous videos, I showed that credit score is not important. Now, how, you may ask? I actually have one of my clients that she has a bankruptcy Chapter 8 with a 700 credit score.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a little confused.
No, so kind of yes and no, because I knew somebody back in the day who filed for bankrupt, and for some reason she was able to go a couple of years. She was able to sell credit real quick, because I hear every time you do a bankruptcy, it should take you like more than 6 years or 8 years,
10
something.
years.
Or 10 years.
10 years.
Okay, so I was wondering, how will a person do that after 3 or 4 years after you file bankruptcy? Is it possible?
Reestablish credit immediately.
ASAP. If it was me, well, obviously, she went through it, but yeah, reestablish credit immediately. Try to find a way on how to delete it, going through a company that does credit repair, and try to build from there on out. So what I tell people is that your credit score will get you through the door. It will get you through the door. Like, let's say you want a loan from the bank, and you walk in, all high and mighty. Oh, I have a 720 credit score. I'm going to get approved. Cool, Mr. Nate, have a seat. Okay, you have a 720 credit score, but once I look at your credit profile, right? Once I look at your credit profile, consumer report, I'm going to see that there's a bankruptcy right there. What I'm going to say, like, sir, the door is right there. I'm sorry, but we cannot take you with a bankruptcy. So people need to work on their credit consumer report, credit profile. Don't worry so much about the score. I've seen people get mortgages with a 620. A mortgage, I mean, the interest rate wasn't all that great, but however, that credit profile had no late payments. She only had I think it was like 2 or 3 accounts. But that's what it comes with knowledge. You want to diversify your portfolio, your consumer report, with home loans, car loans, credit cards, trade lines, revolving loans, installment loans. Right? Even Yovi could tell you that if you apply for a car loan, one of the dumbest, let me not use that word, one of the non-knowledgeable actions you could take is paying that car off in one shot.
Correct. That's actually a really bad thing to do.
That's not good.
And FYI, to his point, he is not wrong at all in saying that credit score is not as important as credit history. Your credit history is everything. Right. And it's actually more important than the credit score. Because look, at the end of the day, let's say I can have a 750 credit score and Alex can have a 740. But let me tell you the difference. Alex's 740 might include 2 mortgages and 3 cars, where my 750 only includes a $1,000 credit card line. Right. Well, guess what? As a bank, they're going to say yes to Alex faster than they're going to say yes to me, because I have one thing on my credit where he has a diversified profile that's paid off.
I was actually while you were stating that, I was actually writing a question down, which is, for the audience, what would be the best way to pay your credit cards? Like, what would be the best sort of strategy?
Excellent question.
Yeah, so I heard Jovi's mention earlier about pay with the high interest, right? But when it comes to that, there's two things that play into paying off which credit card should I pay 1st, the high interest or the high balance. This question falls under two things: your lifestyle and your psychology. What makes you feel better? What is it that you're gonna see? Jovi, she'll do the high interest first. It could be because she wants to, obviously, the faster you pay that one off, the interest is going to be gone. Or I could be, paying off the one with the highest balance first because it's too much and I want to offload this one first because I'll feel better paying this one off first. So it all depends on who is paying off that debt. How do you feel about it? Only two factors: lifestyle and psychology.
Also, you should really learn when it is that they report to the bureaus.
Here we go.
When is it that your credit card company is reporting to the bureaus?
They're not
right?
bureaus.
You know what I mean? So, but for the people, because they're not going to understand the other way. For the people. So it's very important to understand what's that statement date, because that's going to determine what your credit usage is going to look like.
How do you figure that out?
Call your credit card company, or even look at your state. Can't you even look at your statements and it tells you on there?
On
right?
the bill.
On the bill.
So you can have your due date and your statement date.
So it's every month, right, that they check?
Every single month.
Okay.
When they report that you made a payment, didn't make a payment, and try to, in terms of credit card, going back to your question, one of the best ways to utilize your credit is if you need to make a big purchase, right? And you have the cash let's say you have your cash in your checking account, it's $1,000. I make $1,000 payment. Use your credit card. Use $1,000 and then pay it off before your statement date, so that way your balance is still zero or less than.
Okay. I mean, I heard out there that a good strategy, which, I started implementing, is like, to make sure you pay it 3 days before your due date and then again 3 days after. Because then supposedly it's covered, it's to them, it looks like you're being more responsible.
Okay, so
Is that, how truth is there to that?
somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because 3 days before your due date is your statement date.
Correct,
So you
which
want
is
to
what
pay
we're
it.
saying.
You want to pay before your statement date. So you can have two dates: your statement date and your due date. So what you do is you pay it off before your statement date, right? Pay it under, and this is going to hurt me a little bit, but you pay your credit card under 30%. Keep it on the 30% balance. So if you have a $1,000 limit, your credit card shouldn't be going over $300.
Correct.
It shouldn't.
Yeah,
I say keep it on the
heard about
10.
that, yeah.
I say keep it on the 10 just so you'll see a big difference on your credit report, on your consumer report, because that's utilization.
Yeah.
All right. So you wanna bring that down. Utilization is 30% of your overall credit score.
Yeah.
All right. Payment history is
That I heard about
35%.
And your credit limit is not extra income. I need everybody to understand that. Just because you got approved for a $10,000 credit card, it does not mean that you're now going to spend $10,000 for that month.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, but it
makes
does
sense.
happen. Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. People always go over. So,
Let me
Okay,
add
go ahead,
let me
I'm
add one
sorry.
more thing, because I know that we're just dropping a lot of information
Yeah,
over here.
Yeah, we really are.
And
I know.
I feel like I should be getting paid
It's
for
like
this.
there's so many questions I have, and it's like,
Yeah.
Now there's one thing that I'm just gonna dip my toes in. I'm not gonna go full swim on this, but it's business funding, business credit. So you got your personal business, and then you got your business credit. All right, those are two different. Believe it or not, those are two different entities, two different persons. More so, your LLC has a what? Has an EIN.
Yeah.
Right. That's a social security number for your LLC. So it's its own identity. However, this little baby, when you go apply for business credit, you are going to PG that credit, which is personally guaranteed to pay that. So it's kind of being like a cosigner for your business.
Yeah.
Once you get approved, congratulations, you got, for example, $10,000. Now that inquiry, let's go back to inquiries. That inquiry was done to who? To the company or to you?
It was done to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that money is not yours, though. That money is your business.
Yeah.
So why is that inquiry on yours? Removed.
Sure.
That's a sauce right there, and little gem. If you want to get that inquiry removed, apply for all the business funding that you want. You could always take it off if you're PGing. Now, if they're running it through your Buns account, Buns and Duns, if they're doing it off of your credit history of a consumer report, right, of the business, then ahí sí no se puede hacer nada. Everything is depend if it goes to you. So again, about business funding, a lot of people say you got business funding. Congratulations, you got $10,000 credit card. That does not mean that you could transfer all your personal debt and send it to your business credit. That is a major red flag, and the IRS is going to be on you like flies on ya tu sabe.
Yeah.
That is extremely, extremely looking for a way to get audited.
Yeah.
And you're going to get fined, all over the place. So that business funding is to buy an extra microphone, an extra headphone, those type of things, which you guys already know. But this goes out for the public that is not aware, about this. But very big, because I have a lot of people saying, "Hey, can you get me $100,000 in business funding?" Yeah, it's going to take you time. It's going to take you money. But one of my main questions that I ask is, what are you going to use that funding for? That's one of the questions that I ask my clients, because they say, "Oh, well, I'm looking to buy a house next month." I'm sorry. You're not going to get your credit fixed because you got a bankruptcy. How am I going to fix it in a month? So that's one of the questions that I do ask. Or they say, "I want to buy a car." I'm like, "Cool, I'll fix your credit. I know somebody that could give you a car." Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's a very important question that I ask my clients. Awesome. So when they tell me, "Oh, I want $100,000 because I want to take my wife to a trip to Hawaii." Hell no. Hell no. I'll tell them, "Listen, I'll help you, but first of all, I didn't hear that. And second, you're going to get jammed up by the IRS. You're going to get into some deep
waters right there.
Yeah, man.
Unless you're going to do like a podcast or something or content creation, then you could use that.
Yeah.
Or a mastermind. I see what you did there. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Listen, if you want to take your podcast live to Hawaii, that's a different, that's a different story. That is a business expense.
Yeah.
Documented. As long as it's
documented.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see, you guys already know.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. And this is for the audience. I know you kind of gave this detail, but just give an overall. Let's say somebody now, they look at this podcast and they say, "Man, I'm ready. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to get financially knowledgeable." What would be your advice to a person that's ready to whatever they want to do to jumpstart their future? What would be your advice? How should this go about?
The advice that I will give them is and I learned this a little bit late in the game, but one of the things is invest in yourself. All right. People pay thousands and thousands of dollars to go to college. Why can you pay to get, go to a mastermind? Why don't you go pay a mentor? And that's going to be my second thing, is that if you want to fast forward your business, your self-growth, talk to somebody who has already been there, or follow the steps with the person that is already the place where you want to go. All right. Success leaves nuggets. Pick up those nuggets from that person that has been 1,000%. Successful. And obviously they've been through the trials and tribulations, and you don't got to go through that as much as that person has gone, because they know, hey, listen, there's a tree right there. You might want to avoid that. Hey, there's a pothole right there. Drive around it. So mentorship is extremely, extremely, extremely important. That's what I would say. Invest in yourself and get a mentor.
Awesome. And, I was thinking, it's a rhetorical question because I'm going to answer it. As far as kids, the younger generation, because we do get we got a little bit of younger audience following us. How would you get some, I'm talking about a kid maybe 11, 10 years old. How can we get them into the mindset of, financial literacy?
So for starters, I believe that it will start with I don't want to say their parents. I would say their guardians, because you have sometimes the uncle is raising the child, or you have foster parents. Just the guardians. This falls 100% on the guardians on what they're exposing that child to. You could put them with Coco Melon and all that, but there's also some things that if you see them on the phone doing a TikTok challenge of, what was that you mentioned earlier? The TikTok challenge?
With the number, the
putting
information.
their information out.
Putting their information out, absolutely.
Why are we putting out
Like, guys, we can filter what these kids are watching. We can. We have the power. We have the choice to show them what right looks like, because we messed up so much that they could be led the right way. So for a child that's 11, 12, 13 years old, they don't know no better. They don't know. But the people that know better is what? Is the guardians. So we need to expose them to, to be better.
Yeah.
And the truth is that our parents were not wrong. When our parents said to us, enséñame tu amigo, yo te enseño quién tú eres, right? Show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Listen, if your friends, right, are all on Xbox and that's all you're doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, guess what? You're probably going to be a couch potato on Xbox for the rest of your life.
But nowadays, man, there's something you can actually make bread now. Like,
now that's different.
It's amazing.
No, that's different.
Man,
Time out. That's different.
I always tell
That's
I tell the kids, like, I like literally, like, like I have an employee right now, and I tell him, I'm like, because that's all he does. Just play video games. I tell him, hey, let me ask you something. Are you like in the leaderboards? Like, are you like, how high are you?
How high?
ranked?
Yeah.
I ask. And they'll tell me, I'm like, okay, so do you believe in yourself that you could reach a higher level? Like, do you believe that?
That's crazy. This
That
is
you
even
could be
a
one
business.
of the best. So a lot of people, a lot of kids, they'll tell you straight up, nah, man, like these guys are beasts. I'm like, bro, start looking into something else. Don't stop like being there playing, because if you don't believe that you're gonna be like the best at it, then don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get into it, because then you're just gonna fall into this trap. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And I tell them, like, look, me, I'll confess, like, I wasted 5 years of my life playing video games, and I was one of the best. Like, I was in the leaderboard. Like, I'm like, you could see me number 9. Like, I don't like to boast about it, but I was number 9. But it was at a time where Twitch wasn't around. I couldn't make a profit out of it. So, at that time, I'm like, man, I'm wasting my life. Like I literally woke up one day. I'm like, yo, what the hell am I doing here?
But can I say something?
Yeah.
Those people in the top of the leaderboards, they strive for something. So what are you striving for? That's what it really boils down to. Because if that kid says, oh, I'm not going to go up to the leaderboard, so then what are you striving for?
Exactly. At
What
least
is it that you look, what is next?
Yeah. And I do, like, I do, a part of me regrets it, but another part is like, man, like, I did something because I was determined. Like, they started talking about, hey, we're gonna put it on YouTube, so that made me more driven. Mm-hmm. So I really like dedicated hours, like, to play this damn game. But like I said, afterwards, I was just like, man, I'm wasting my time, man. And as far as answer the question, my advice to kids, man, like, yo, get into like these brain games. There's a lot of games that will help you develop your brain. Play Monopoly.
Monopoly was crazy in my house.
Play Monopoly. I'm telling you guys, yo, kids, if y'all play Monopoly, man, and y'all like really get into it, it'll manifest something in you when you grow up. It'll start making sense.
And pay attention to the board.
As well too, yeah.
Pay attention to the board. There's a reason why Broadway is all the way and the highest one,
Yeah, and
right
you gotta play
before
that
go.
old school one. Don't be playing these little like
They get the cheat and the no.
Yeah,
play the old school
yeah,
one.
like play the one with the money and the house.
There's one that has a debit card now.
Nah, I didn't even know.
There's one that has a debit card and a credit card thing now. That you just, they don't give you the money that you touch. You actually just swipe your card.
That's
Started on debit card versus credit card.
Yeah.
No, we don't. That's a whole nother episode.
I know, yo. Like, I learned late. Like, yo, this debit card. That's like the biggest scam right there. The using debit cards. I used to use that because it was cash, and I'm like, when I learned about it, I'm like, damn, I've been wasting my time. So I learned about that.
One of my good cards, believe it or not, is Best Buy. That's one of my cards. And every December, I don't know if you've seen it, but every December, I'll buy the family iPads, the iPhone, the earbuds, those earbuds, everything iPhone, everything Apple product. And it's for free.
It's free.
It's literally free because of all the points that have accumulated throughout the entire year. So
and points is another.
The gifts
game.
that I give out, on December is actually free because I accumulated so many points throughout the year that these free, I'm giving you Beats headphones, and you're like, oh shit, this guy gave me a phone. Yeah. He gave me Beats, and
little do they know.
Little they know, yeah.
9 times out of 10, when you see me flying out, it's on points.
Yeah.
I'm not. We're not. We're not playing this. Stop spending your money. The cash. Use somebody else's money.
Restaurants. Have you noticed that restaurants right now, they're telling you up front, if you pay with credit card, we're going to charge you 4%.
Yes, that's the transactional fee.
That's the new thing.
That's the new thing. So what they did was they reversed it. So before you as the if it's your restaurant or your business and you're charging the customer, me as my business, I was charged 4% because you're using your credit card. And now recently, as of like 3 or 4 years ago, they reversed it. They reversed it and they basically said, nah, you want to use your credit card? Then you pay it. And it's perfectly legal, New York.
That I'm well aware
up to
of.
I think it's up to 4 or 5%. 5% is the max, if I'm not
5%.
mistaken.
I mean, it takes away from getting the points.
It does.
So now you got the transaction fee. Now you got the taxes. Now you got the service charge. Now you got the additional tip.
Yep.
And that's before hitting the actual cost of the meal.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I know it's a lot. So I heard this. I don't know what truth is there in this, but I'm just gonna ask you the question.
Ask all the questions.
Just
Absolutely.
answer it, and let's see if this is true. What is the first credit card? Which is the first one that somebody gets?
The first one that
everybody gets. I mean, this is something that I heard. I don't know how true it is.
Oh, I know the answer because I see it all the time. Actually, there's two. The first offer, or the one they get?
The one that you get, like the first one that you get. Which one is it?
I've always seen people get Capital One.
Okay.
It's Cap One.
That's the first one.
All right, so maybe what I heard was off.
But there's one, you got to be careful. There is one that's called something bank. First bank first. What's it called?
No. Well, I mean, the first one I always see is always, Credit One, yeah.
Credit One, that's what it was. Credit One,
Yeah.
which is a knockoff of Capital One.
All right. So I heard somewhere, I don't know how crazy, this is. You could attest to this.
Yes, please.
You're the pro in this. But I heard that the first credit card you get is your Social Security.
The Social Security, it does. You're right. It does qualify as a credit card document. It does.
It does. No, but on 6 points of ID, like if I were to ask you, let's say you didn't have a New York State ID and you wanted to register in New York, I'll ask you for 6 points of ID. It's considered an ID.
Yeah.
Yeah. All your IDs just need to match. As long as all of your IDs match. So if your name is Nate, middle initial EXYZ, then every single one of your documents should read the exact same way.
Yeah.
I would have to look a little bit more into that, but I know what YouTube you saw that on.
Okay.
I know where you saw that on.
Yeah,
I know.
I saw that. I'm like, I got to think. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Who could have asked for that then?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, awesome. So,
Whisper.
I'll tie it up. Yeah. I went a little limp there.
Yeah. So, bueno.
Dale.
When you're ready. So, Alex, like my question to you now would be like, what are your goals? Like, what do you want to achieve? Like, what's your goal to like what drives you? You know what I'm saying?
My drive is unlocking education. Like for me, one of the major things is education, because it's something that is being, offered across the board. This is not exclusive to anybody. Anybody could access this information. But the problem is how is it getting delivered? How is it being presented to people? It's not. It's only presented to a certain class of people that, that, like I said earlier, the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. We don't know no better. Our parents didn't say, you know what, I'm not going to teach him about finances because, you know what, screw this little knucklehead. No, he didn't say that. He taught me whatever he taught with love in his heart, thinking that he was right. Obviously, he wasn't, because he would have, I wouldn't be in this, growing up in that situation that I was. So goals will be to educate. Like, hopefully, when I grow up, I would like to be a presenter. I would like to be, have more, have a bigger influence, not just on my community, but across financial literacy, just providing information, Hopefully, motivational speaker and so on and so forth. Because I really look up to people like, let's say, like Tony Robinson, Kiyosaki, Les Brown, like, Alex Mor.
Yeah.
All these guys are, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee.
Joe Verdes.
Yeah, these guys are very, they're very streamlined, but the message that they send is so powerful, man.
Yeah, I saw your wrist, but I thought it said wealth, but it says 10x your health.
Yeah, I saw Grant Cardone in Miami
Yeah.
a couple of months ago. It was amazing. Again, mastermind, investing in yourself. It wasn't cheap, but everything they said was worth it.
Awesome, man. And I do believe you're going to the right path, man. You did show us a lot of knowledge. You seem to know what you're talking about, man. And, you know, I do appreciate, I'm sure Truth appreciates you being here as
definitely. Helping our listener.
well. Yeah.
Did I get to answer all your questions?
Yes.
Yeah?
But we're going to ask you also.
I'm going to be reaching out to you to ask you more questions, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get your contact after this.
He's like, yo,
I didn't take up all of your knowledge.
let's sit
man.
down.
Yeah, we're going to ask about the success. To ask about the success.
No. Don't worry. We're getting to that. We're not done yet.
Okay, my bad.
So
We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. Promise. So I mean, you did mention some influencers. It seemed to be, to me, it sounds like these are people that you follow, meaning that they kind of mentored you in a sense, right?
Yes.
Do you like is there somebody in particular that you say, you know what, man, this person right here, or is it like overall everybody?
It's overall everybody because just like choosing a president.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get to politics. I'm not going to mention no names, but we don't agree 100% what every politician says or what every president says. No, we just like the majority of the stuff that they tell us and that we approve of the majority of what they're saying, and then we elect them as such. Same thing with a mentor. You don't have to, like 100% what that mentor, does. Like, Grant Cardone, you could not like his delivery, but the man is a genius.
Yeah.
Facts. There's people that you don't like the way they present their stuff, but they got the numbers to fact check anything that you want. So what I tell people is that you want to see where you're at in life. You want to see, you know what? Take out your phone. Take out your phone right now. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you the exact number that shows you where you are in life. You ready?
Okay. Give me a sec. All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to your bank account.
Okay, bank account.
Oh, I know.
Go to your bank account and look how much money you have in your checking.
All right.
That will tell you where you are in life.
I mean, well, okay. I already know the answer to
I know
that.
the answer to that.
I already know the
We're
answer
good.
to that.
I don't think that the people at this table necessarily,
And if you're not at the number that you want to be, you have to work a little harder. Keep on working. All of us are still working. All of us, we haven't made it, but yet we're happy where we are, and we're still striving to be better. So that's just, it's amazing. It's great.
Awesome.
So direct mentors, direct mentors. I don't have one. The good thing about this new age is that we're exposed to so many mentors, bro. You could pick them.
you could pick them.
You could pick. You have the choice to pick them. Our parents didn't have that choice, but we have the choice. We could pick Gary Vee. We could or not pick him. We could pick Grant Cardone or not pick him. We could go with Alex Mor or tell him to kick rocks.
We
have choices.
I like to take things in a primitive state. So I'll look at somebody and I'll take what I like from them.
Absolutely,
right? It doesn't mean you have to love everything about them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with you with that. I mean, it's the same concept that I told Yovi. Like I pick out what I like from people and I watch out what I don't like. Doesn't mean that they're not a good person. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
There's some mentors that I'm pretty sure you see them and you're like, oh my God, how in God's name did he make it? I could definitely pitch it better than that.
Yeah.
Why don't you? Why don't you?
One of the reasons I started this podcast was thinking about some content creators that I'm like, man,
right,
bro, like
how did he
and
make
you know what?
it?
You know what else goes with that? You know what else goes with that? In my segment, I had talked about how one of my general sales managers told me, I don't give you a referral because you're negative, right? But mind you, I was selling 20 cars. I'm like, I'm better than this guy.
Yeah.
It's your mentality. It is change your attitude, change your energy, your perception, your
frequency.
frequency,
where you're vibing at. Huge.
And just surround yourself, man. Just keep surrounding yourself with positive people, man. That's
There you go.
That's part of that's one of the things of our podcast.
We initiated our friendship like literally decades ago, but recently I even told her, she could show you the text. I told her, hey, listen, now that I see that we're on the same page, we have things in common in the sense of growth. I'll be hitting you up more often, just checking up on how you are, what's going on, how you've been. You could just say fine, and that's it. and I'll contact you, in a couple of days or in a week or so. But like she said, tell me the people that you're with, and I'll tell you who you are. So.
All right, awesome.
It's amazing.
All right. So, so then, like the last question that I do ask, most of our guests is, how do you define success, Alex? Like, how do you define success?
This sucks because I had so much time to think about it when.
I'm shocked you don't have it all written down.
Like, he had the advantage.
He had the advantage.
He didn't even take it.
I had to go to the bathroom. You guys don't understand. Oh man! So all right. So success. I wasn't prepared for this question, but success to me means not playing. Is leaving a legacy. Like I was talking about earlier about education, is leaving a legacy, something that people could reflect on if they're having a bad day, if they don't know what to do, if they don't, if they don't know what direction to take. Like I mentioned earlier, success does leave nuggets, does leave hints, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to leave behind. I want to leave an educational legacy that somebody could say, what would Alex Sparks do in a situation like this? And then overcome whatever they're going through at that moment. She said it best, so I couldn't top her answer. She said it best when she said that, success means something different for everybody. So I'm pretty sure somebody over there is nodding their head, or they're like, nah, not me. For me, it's more, financial freedom, more time with my kids, more time with my parents, getting my parents out of retirement. All those are great, but mine is more of a educational legacy, not just for my generation, but for future generations to come.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So before we end it, do you have like a website or
Absolutely.
Instagram,
Follow
YouTube,
you.
so people can follow you?
Absolutely. So he's going to post right here. All right, my website, which is going to be Fix That Credit.
Somewhere around there.
FixThatCredit.org. You can contact me 646-372-6702. And if you're looking for mentorship, credit repair, or even to tell you a direction where to get your vehicle, contact me and I'll be more than happy to help you out.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So like I always say, like if you love what we're doing, please give us a like, a follow, a comment. And we're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, any platform that do podcasts. Just follow us.
You know
you
what?
Can do all three of them if you want to.
Let me make it a little sweeter because of the viewers that we have. If you guys made it this far, they need something. They deserve something.
Yeah.
They deserve something. So if you contact me, the first 3 people that contact me and they text me the word credit, I'll do your credit for free.
Oh,
there it is.
See, that's a plus.
Right
That's
there.
a plus.
3 people, I'll do your credit for free.
Awesome. There you go.
See, we're giving out
Wait, hold
content.
up. If I call you, can I be like extra, like the fourth?
I gotta see.
I don't want to take that opportunity to the other 3 people. Nah, I'm just joking, guys. Yo, give them a call, guys. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, guys, easy way to find us is going to Instagram, and there's a link. It gives you all the platforms where you just choose the one that's more convenient to you. And guys, give us a like and give us a follow and give us a comment. We do respond. So, this is Neth and Truth. We out here to level up to success.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you guys the deuces.
Peace.
All right.